The numbers really are staggering. More than 1,300 people died in drunk driving crashes in Texas in a single year recently. We have learned Austin Police Department's DWI unit is among the most aggressive in the state.
And that approach means prosecutors have their hands full with the amount of drunk drivers. Only around 60% are ultimately convicted, meaning the cases against the rest often are not very strong. KXAN's Chris Sadeghi found out with many DWI cases, drivers might not be drunk in the first place.
You know why you stopped tonight?
They're using a trained eye.
How much alcohol do you have in MSP?
Using it to watch very closely.
You consent to a blood test.
But the purpose is very simple.
Our ultimate goal is to save lives.
Detective Michael Jennings is in the Austin Police DWI unit, a unit the department pours a lot of time and money into to prevent tragedies.
It really is a departmental focus, and that to me is what is different about Austin that you don't see at a lot of places.
It's led to approximately 6,000 arrests in each of the last 2 years, but also a little bit of frustration.
We've arrested people that we've arrested several times for DWI, and you go look at criminal histories and things like that when you're filing the affidavits and stuff, and you're not seeing convictions for any of it.
Important because DWI punishments are enhanceable on repeat offenders.
Well, our job is not to seek convictions. Our job is to seek justice.
All misdemeanor DWIs end up at the Travis County Attorney's Office, and with an aggressive department like APD, Prosecutor Dan Hamry says that's a lot of work.
You have to use your prosecutorial discretion to decide where are we going to focus our resources.
Have you ever been arrested, sir?
APD's focus on DWI gives the county attorney a lot of cases to prosecute. Then remember, they have all the other cases like assaults and family violence. And then on top of all that, there are cases from other agencies. This many cases and limited resources are why the county attorney's office sometimes cuts plea deals on DWI cases, or maybe it's because the evidence sometimes just isn't strong enough.
The speed limit on 6th Street is 30 miles an hour. You passed me at 51.
Take, for example, this woman. She was pulled over for speeding, but then...
How much alcohol have you had to drink tonight?
I had 8 drinks.
After telling the officer she had 1 drink, he has her do a field sobriety test.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
She does the test, but then after declining to give a breath sample...
You're going to be going to jail for DWI.
It's almost a zero tolerance policy these days.
Put your hands on your back.
If drivers are walking away without a DWI conviction, not everyone thinks the county attorney is the reason why. Defense attorney Mindy Montfort says APD's aggressive style may result in cases that have no chance of a DWI conviction. The legal blood alcohol limit is 0.08. This woman's blood test came back 0.05 and her case was dismissed. But people will still have to pay thousands in court and attorney fees and have their license suspended, even though a court will never find them guilty.
We definitely want to keep people off the roadway who are a threat, but some of these cases that we're seeing get filed, they simply weren't intoxicated.
Do you see cases where people should not have been arrested?
Oh, certainly. And well, let me rephrase it. I'll put it like this. Again, our job is very different than that of the arresting officers.
Officers make their arrest based on probable cause, but in a trial, juries only convict beyond a reasonable doubt. If the evidence isn't strong enough, the prosecutor may seek a plea deal on a lesser charge. That's why there's the gap in 2014's 64% conviction rate for DWI. Even though many arrests may never end in conviction, APD will not change its mission.
Is it possible at all that officers are being too aggressive with DWI?
In my opinion, no. I think, in all honesty, with the frustrations that go along with it, I don't think an officer would put themselves through that or make an arrest that they didn't feel needed to be made. We have a passion for this, but that doesn't mean that we're going to go out and put people in jail that don't need to be in jail.
The county attorney says 2 big things are draining their resources. Number 1, the increased use of digital evidence like dash and body cams, and number 2, a new law that requires them to disclose all of it in the case file. So they say they focus their attention on 4 types of cases. On our website, KXAN.com, you can see a detailed breakdown of how these cases end up, as well as what a typical sentence for felony drunk driving looks like. That's on our website. From downtown, Chris Sadeghi, KXAN Investigates.
Also online, check out our interactive breakdown of the DWI case convictions. See what happened to those cases where the evidence just was not strong enough. It's all in the investigative section at KXAN.com. And remember, if you have something you want us to investigate, email us at report@KXAN.com.